Hello and welcome everyone. This is Faisal from Faisal Scripts. This is my first tutorial video, and this tutorial will be talking about how to make your own Twitter bot. This is an example of a Twitter bot that I've made recently. Um, so we're gonna start out simple. We're just gonna do a tutorial of a simpler bot. As soon as you get the idea, it will be pretty easy. We will basically try and fetch tweets from a certain hashtag, and after we get the tweets from a hashtag, we'll keep retweeting them or favoriting them, or just basically following the user that tweeted that certain tweet. So before I do get into it, I want to point out a couple of things, as you can see up here. And so, first of all, and most importantly, as you can already tell, I'm not a native speaker, so my English is a little bit edgy, so it might be a bit difficult for you to understand. Now, if you have any questions, just ask in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to help out. Alright, so now, secondly, Twitter limits. Now, for direct messages, they give you a thousand messages per day. And on tweets, they give you 2,400 tweets per day, and that includes retweets too. We're not gonna look into following and the daily and the account based. Basically, you have a daily limit, and account based is just basically a ratio between your following and followers. All right, so now we're gonna be using Python, and we're gonna use the tweepy, or however it is pronounced, API. So you're gonna have to install this. You can follow the installation tutorial here. Basically, we'll just need to, if you have pip installed or pipe installed into your path, you can just do pip install and then tweepy. I'm gonna call it tweepy. I don't know if it's really pronounced that way. I'm just gonna keep calling it tweepy. So yeah, you can install that. You will just have it if you do this. It's gonna be pretty easy for us to start. Alright, so we're gonna close this window here. Alright, so let's jump into Python. We're gonna be using Python 3.4 or 3.5, sorry. Okay, so now first let's just import the libraries we'll need. First let's import tweepy, and then let's do a import from time, and let's import sleep. Now, like we talked about the limits here, you have 2,400 per day. Now, even if you have 2,400, you can't really do them all in just like 1 hour or something. You have a semi-hourly intervals. So basically that's around 30 minutes. You have a limit every 30 minutes. So you have about 50 every 30 minutes. If that 2,400 is divided by 24. So yeah, about 50 every 30 minutes. And if you get up to that 50, just try and keep your bot, try and get your bot to just wait 30 minutes and then keep on going and keep on going. So, all right, let's do it. All right, now let's first do a consumer. We're gonna use these values to authorize our account. And we're going to talk about this in a little, just tiny little bit. I just want you to see and know these. Alright, now an access token. Alright, and then an access token secret. So I just want you to know these values. We're gonna have to jump into Twitter's. Um, I'm gonna have to jump into Twitter's developers page and get all these values. So I'm just gonna pause here, and then we are going to do that. Okay, so we're back now, and we're in the Twitter uh, developers page. All right, so let's go ahead and get our uh, keys. All right, so now let's go into manage your apps. Let's create a new app. Let's give it a name. Let's say testing pod. Don't really have time to write stuff up. All right, so you don't really need a callback URL. Just read the terms if you're really gonna read it. So, all right, so I'm gonna have to add my phone number. All right, just I have to pause again. This is too much pausing. All right. All right, so I added the phone again. I'm sorry for all these pauses. All right, let's do a create Twitter application now. Hopefully it will work. Oh, come on. Okay, that does not sound like I want it to sound, but okay. All right, so we're good here. We're good now. Now, change the permissions to read and write and access direct messages. Now, hey, you might not need direct messages, but just for the sake of, having it. All right. So let's go back into details. Let's let's go ahead and manage our keys. Let's create my access token. All right. Now we have all our keys and all our tokens and stuff. So I'm gonna copy them one by one. I am going to place them into my file, which I'm doing right now. So yeah. All right. So consumer key into the consumer key variable, and the consumer secret into the consumer secret variable. And same thing for the access token. All right. All right. So yeah. And placed here. All right, so that's good. Now we won't need this page anymore, so you can just go ahead and close it. All right, so let's now write uh, the authentication thingy. So let's go ahead and do the. And I'm gonna explain what's going on here in a bit. So just make sure that I'm doing the correct. Yep, yep. I think I'm doing the right thing. Alright, so now you just need to place the consumer key. This is basically just authorizing your access, just to make sure that you're really to know which account you want to access, uh, the permissions you have, and everything. So this is basically the login. Not good at explaining, but hopefully I can get the general message out there. Alright, so now let's set the access token. Let's get this thing right there. Let's place it here. Let's get this thing right there. And let's place it here. Alright. Does this look alright here? Now we want to use a secure connection. So just to be secure. Because also sometimes you will need to sorry, now we're just gonna need the API. Alright, so by now we should be ready and we should be just set to go. And just to make sure and just to know if we're successfully logged in, if we have successfully logged in or not. So we're gonna print, I'm gonna do a simple little print, and we are going to do let's do a get user. Okay, let's first do it as a string. Let's do API get underscore user and the screen name. I'm gonna just do my usual account, it's just a lot easier. Sorry. Alright, so we have 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright, we're good now. Alright, so let's run it and just know if we're connected or not. So we do have a little error there. Let me just, oh, I misspelled it wrong. Alright, no, that's a double C there. Like I said, my English is pretty bad, so. And now we're getting a 404 error on Twitter's side, meaning that there is something wrong in our request, which is basically this thing. Because I was basically just wrong. I think it was supposed to be screen name. Let's just double check. Yep, this is correct. This is going right. That's good, because now we just know that that we're connected correctly. Now this is just printing a user, so it's looking correct. It's just looking fine. Don't worry about it. This might have not been the best example to do here. Alright, so let's get right into it now. Alright, now you're basically ready to start with your bot. I'm gonna start and do the basics. So I'm gonna just start and go right ahead and jump into getting a hashtag and retweeting whatever is in it. Also favoring it and following people. It's gonna give you an idea. If you feel that you're very comfortable with that idea, you just can, after you see that part, you can just skip the video. However, after it, I will talk a little bit, about lists. I will try to do. I will try and get. I will try and look for people and then add them to a list, so that you can see it and that you can get a better idea on how to deal with the API. So okay, let's go ahead now and start writing codes. All right, so right here we're gonna say for tweet. I'm gonna write it and then I'm gonna try and explain it, just so that I do not get distracted. And I'm talking right now. I'm talking. All right, I'm gonna stop. Alright, so now we're gonna go through a loop. Now we're gonna search for a certain thing, a hashtag, a certain word, or anything. And then it's gonna return a bunch of tweets which are going to be placed here. Now the thing is, you can place a certain number of tweets that you want. For example, say you want only 200, the first 200 tweets, and you can just place 200 items in there. You can also specify a time from a certain date to another certain date. Say from today is the 13th of October, so from the 13th of October uh, back to the 1st of October, for example. I think it only goes back for 2 weeks. I'm not so sure about it. It's just a guess. It's just a guess. Okay, so you can also look for a certain language. For example, you want only English tweets, so that's just going to return any tweets that are written in English. The tweets themselves are supposed to be in English. It will not look for, people who usually speak English or anything, just the tweets. Okay, so now you want to do try, just for the sake of, error handling. And you want to start ahead and, just go and print the username just to keep up. So, found tweet by. And now we're going to say tweet. Now, this variable tweet is just pointing out to the tweet itself. However, you can always access the user by going to user. And now if you want to return the screen name and just closing it right now. And just put up just an ad there so we can see. Now, how can we deal with errors just before I start writing code there? So let's do an exception. Sorry. Yep. I feel always that I'm writing it wrong with this. Okay. So as E, and we want to print the reason behind the error. So, and then I wanted to sleep for, say, 10 seconds. Just stay out there for 10 seconds. Okay. So, and then you're just gonna continue. Alright. Now another exception. And then we're just gonna break it because we've reached an end. I did there. So, okay, let's run this code there. Oh, sorry, it's just. Alright, so I got a. Oh, I forgot to place. I forgot to place a carry there. Okay, so let's do test bot. Alright. Alright, so right there. Let's see what it returns. Wow, this is taking long. Maybe there is no. Let's look for it. Just not. Alright, so there isn't much. I don't think it will return much there. So yeah, let's just do a restart. Let's try and find an active hashtag. For example, here. I don't know. Yeah, let's go for this hashtag there. Alright, so I really do not want to reach the limit for this tutorial, so I'm gonna do a only 10. I'm gonna try and do only 10. Alright. Alright, so we've got our tweets right there by these people there. So, okay, now let's do some things with these tweets. Alright, so now you want to do you want to basically retweet it, follow the user, and favorite the tweet. Alright, so we're gonna do tweet all. Alright, so now for some reason, this if condition didn't really work much before. Um, Not because it wouldn't work, it's just basically because sometimes in certain hashtags, people retweet stuff and then you actually get the retweeted things from the other user and it gets all messed up and you get an exception, which luckily the tweepy error thing here can handle. So we're good. We're good. Okay, so now we're gonna say tweet, retweet, and then tweet and favorite the tweet. Okay, so now we're gonna do another condition, which is basically now we're gonna check for the user of this tweet and see if we're following this user or not. I've placed a little space there. I'm gonna also remove the brackets there. Won't need them much. Okay, so now we're gonna basically say follow the user. So follow. And now we want to keep up some closure with this whole thing. So we want to know who are we following and what's going on. No, for who are we following, we're just gonna print out the found tweet. So we're gonna say here, we're going to place just so just double space it there. Now we're gonna do a print here and say followed the user, and right there we're gonna say print retweeted, oh, retweeted and favored the tweet. Okay, so I think we're fine here. And then when we're done with the script, should we do that? No, there isn't a need to print anything. All right, so let's go ahead. Uh, let's run it. Okay, so we got a 403, which is basically, I think it was permission denied. All right. So we have followed this user, we have followed this user, we have followed this user, retweeted their stuff, and also here. So there is a possibility that these tweets are basically a retweets of one of these. Now the odds don't really add up to it. So I mean all of these just becoming a retweet or whatever of these. So I'm not sure what's going on. Won't lie to you. All I know it's permission denied, and that's all I know about it. 403 means permission denied. So yeah. Now I'm gonna go on the Twitbot and the tutorial bot and see what exactly is happening there. If it's really getting everything and if it's actually doing the things that we want it to do, and it's doing it. It's actually doing all these things. So it has retweeted this tweet, it has retweeted this tweet, it has retweeted this tweet, and that one too. And it has also added them to the favorites, and it started following these users. So that's good. That means that basically our bot works. Even with the error we're getting right here, it doesn't really matter. Our bot is working, which is good. Okay, so now let's do another thing. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna have to pause here. Uh, and I am going to. Or no, no, no. I can actually add the list from here. Forgot. Alright, so let's first get our user. So let's say my bot. Or was it? I think there was. Let me just double check and see if there was. Was there a user thing? So I can just. No? Alright, then let's do get user. Okay. So let's do. Alright, so. Alright, this looks fine. Alright, now, since we have my bot, let's do one thing, because sometimes that error does occur. When my bot retweets stuff, sometimes when the query is going on, it actually returns some of the stuff my bot retweets. So I'm trying to retweet a retweet that I have retweeted myself, which is not going to happen. So let's do a if uh, tweet dot user dot id equals my bot dot id. Then just continue. Just don't do a thing. Just let it go. Don't even print that you have found a tweet by someone. Okay. Now what else? Yeah. So now the API. Now we want to create a list. Uh, I think it was list create. All right. It could have been just create list. Yep, create list. Okay, so don't really remember it. Well, don't exactly remember it, and that's good because I want to show you how to use tweepy's documentation. Now I have the latest version of tweepy, which is 3.4. So we're gonna go ahead and go into the documentation there, which is in progress, by the way. So we're gonna read the docs. We're just gonna make sure that we're into 3.4. We're gonna go to tweepy, open this up, go to list methods, and create list. So name here is basically the name of the list. The mod is either if you want it to be private or public. You want it to be public. Don't really care. Description of the list you are creating. So just a brief description. It's going to be fine. Just just make it short. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's do this. All right. So now the we want to name the list. Uh, Sorry for adding you. Now let's just apologize for these people. Now we also want to go with mood. I should have also added the name there. So we're gonna do public, and then description. Okay. So yeah, let's do the name here. And let's see. Hey, I might be wrong. I don't exactly remember things. So, and I wanted to do it this way just so that you guys can get, just so that you don't only know how to make the bot and that's it. I just wanted to know how to deal with things and, how to get on with them. So, yeah. And by the way, so far, if you understood everything and if you don't really care about nothing much, stop watching. You're fine. You'll do just fine if you go ahead and try and make your own. But if you want to learn more, if you want to do trial and error kind of thing, stick around. So we're still having the 403. Let me just double check. So let's do a quick search of our responses. 403. Yep, forbidden. Okay, so let's do a from my peanut butter. Okay. Alright, so alright, let's double check and see if the user have actually if the yeah, the list was created. We now have the list. Sorry for adding you. Let's go into it. Let's copy this thing right there. Alright. Okay. So now let's go ahead and let's remove this. Let's go up here. Now let's do my list. Just so that I'm sure. Alright, so we have the owner and the slug. Okay. Alright. Alright, so owner is my bot. Not my bot, my bot. Okay. Alright, so in the slug is basically the thing we just copied. You can either uh, put up the ID of the list, or you can just you know you can just print you place this name there. Okay, so let's see and let's see if it actually is getting everything correct. So let's do uh, running bot and then do the name. Leave it out for later. Uh, Using list. What of the name of the list? Now type out something such as just let's do members. Let's do members. Let's do member count. So yeah. All right. We can do also subscribers, but I guess let's do subscribers. Why not? Don't know how to write subscribers, so I'm just gonna say subs. So I guess don't subscribe to me. All right. So count. All right. And then lost a little thing there. Okay. So now we want the screen name of our bot, which we have already did, printing out names and stuff. So that's easy. My bot dot screen name. Yes, that thing right there. And then using list. Alright, so before I do get into the list, I just want to explain a couple of things there. So you can do list name. Alright, it's not showing up, so I'm just going to say name. And then I think it was my list, and then I think it was members, member count. Yeah, I'm guessing it was member count. Let me double check. Okay. Alright, so let's just enlarge this screen. Let's just put it up to full screen. Alright, so my list, and then get the let's get the members of the list. The number of the members, and it's also worth saying that I should place a. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this because I'm placing a string here because it's probably gonna give me an error because this thing will just basically return a number. And the same thing over here. So yeah, now let's do the subscribers count thing. So oh, okay, I'm guessing I'm gonna have to write subscribers, which I don't really want to do it because I don't know how to write subscribers. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy this and I'm gonna edit it. Alright, okay, that's good. So string my list subscribers count. Okay, this looks fine. We can also do the number of or no. Okay. Shush. 414. I'm guessing it's a. Just a second. Here it is. Okay. Alright, let's look through 414. 414. 414. What? Oh, 414. Oh, come on. Was it 414? Yep. Yep. Nothing found here. It's probably, I'm guessing probably, because here's what's possible. We had an error with getting the list right there. So there are two possibilities. I'm not the owner, or there's an error with my slug name thingy there. But however, oh wait, alright, just wait. When we say get list, do we want the ID of the user, the screen name of the user? Oh, so the screen name of the user. Okay, alright. So yeah, I was doing it wrong. I should have actually placed. I should have gotten the screen name here. Did I do it that? No, I did not do that. Alright, let's just copy this. Let's do it faster. Okay, yep. Let's try now. 400. Now that might exist. So let's look for 400. Okay, bad request. All right, that's good. That's good. So I'm guessing the problem is basically with the slot thingy. Let's see. Oh, no. The problem is here. Because we're supposed to have a we're supposed to have an at. So now, damn it. Okay. Oh, wait. Of course. Please say yes. Oh, all right. So it's all fine except there is no subscribe count. So we are here. The arrow is right there. Uh, well, it should be subscriber count. Hopefully, please. Ouch. So yeah, yeah, it's subscriber count. All right, that's good. That's good. Let's just place space here to make everything look pretty. All right, so yeah. All right, now let's just stop doing this, and now let's just get into adding these people we find into the list. So, all right, okay. So wherever we favorite or retweet a tweet, we want to add the user to our list. So let's go and do that. Wow, I'm terrible at writing. I can't spell stuff, I can't get stuff right. Okay, so now we're gonna do screen name, which is basically the name of the the user that we want to get. So we're gonna do screen name, and since it's screen name, don't add the at. Do not add it. Do not add the at. Yeah, add the at. Don't do that. You don't need this. You just need the screen name. So okay. Then we have now we're gonna need the owner screen name, which is our bot, which still sounds wrong, but which equals my bot screen name. Okay, so and that's capital B right there. Okay, now let's do the list ID, and let's do my list dot ID, and that's it. That should add uh, the that should add the user to the list. If we did and further retweet the tweet. Okay. Yeah, so here's what I'm guessing. Uh, you see this tweet right there? I'm not sure about that one, but I'm pretty sure about this one. We've already retweeted it, so I think we've already retweeted it. So basically, we can just keep retweeting the things that we have retweeted. So, and I'm gonna talk about this a little bit, just so that it gets spammed by these errors or whatever. I did a little library that is very, very, very simple. It's just use text files. It stores everything that it needs to store. Maybe, for example, you just want to store the names of people you want banned. You do not want them to be. You don't want the bot to look to look at their tweets or anything. You just want it to say, "Hey, I found a tweet for them," and then say you tell it to skip it. Just skip that tweet. Skip whatever that user wrote. All right. Now, since we couldn't do anything there, uh, we're gonna. All right. Let's try and get more. Let's try and get like 25. Let's lower the wait time for 2 seconds just so that we can finish this real quick. Uh, Alright, I have a better idea yet. Okay, I'm gonna start and do the. I'm gonna import the library I've told you about earlier. So I'm gonna do import, and then I'm gonna do storage manager or management because I've recently changed the class name. Oh, sorry, it was data, data manager. Uh, no, sorry, I'm gonna have to do from uh, import. Alright, and here's the file. I'm just gonna have to open it up just to show it to you and just talk briefly, just briefly about it. So yeah, so it's gonna import the map, which we're gonna use to verify if the user is in a file or not. And it's going to import the OS path just so we can use it on finding if the file exists or not. It uses text files. It stores IDs line by line. When you initiate it, it starts and write the file as you do want it to be written. So you declare a variable of data manager type, and then you just initiate the file. You just give it out the file name you want, and the magic starts. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and apparently I've forgotten something. Just always clean up your mess. Okay, so we've already taken a look at it. Let's just copy it and make sure that I've gotten the correct spelling and all that. All right, that's good. That's good. All right, we're done with the printing and all. Let's just leave it here. Let's do. Oh, sorry. Let's just initiate all the variables first. So my data using mine a lot. My okay. So data manager, and then I'm gonna do a little string there. So now we're just gonna give it out the file name you want. So for example, I'm gonna say data file dot txt. You have to place the txt there. Okay, so here's how it's going to go. Now after we're done with checking out this thing right there, we're gonna do so now first we're just gonna do this right there, or now we're gonna take the my data. Now we're gonna see if something is stored B. Okay, now I would always recommend using stored B, just so that in case the file your file goes a little bit larger than you want it to usually be, you can actually look in it. Now, if you are actually using this for a real bot that you have, the file is going to be very, very long because you're gonna process so many tweets that you're just gonna place the, well, it's not gonna be large in size, but like so much data that it's going to be really, it's not going to be a really a good idea to keep using this file if you're just gonna go for a really, really huge bot and huge processing of a lot of tweets. So yeah, now let's do a string. Let's place. Let's check if the tweet ID is placed into the into the file. So now we're basically just checking for the tweet ID. We do not want to check for the user ID. We just want to check for the tweet ID. Now, if the tweet ID was there, or the person who tweeted that tweet or retweeted it or whatever was our bot, we're going to skip it. Now, if that doesn't happen, we just want to make sure first that the tweet ID is stored in the file, just in case anything happens again, we won't have to go back to it. Now, something could happen, and you could just add this little code at the bottom of the code, to be the last thing processed, just in case. If you want to go back to this, tweet, because right now, if it, like, for example, reaches this part here, and then some error occurs, and later on when you restart the bot and it goes back again, and it reads retweet right there, it's going to freak out. No, wait, sorry. Oh, yeah. Basically, if you didn't add that, it will just freak out. It will keep doing the error if this bot wasn't really there. Now, I can't really explain it good. So, yeah. So, for example, we did not add the thing we want to add there, which is my data, and then my data, add data, and then the tweet ID. So if we don't do that and we just want to place it in the bottom, now some problem might occur because if we get an error from this tweet, we might just keep getting an error over and over and over and over again, and so we'll just keep freaking out, and we're gonna keep going back and back into a loop. Now, of course, we're gonna skip it, but what I mean is, if you have a tweet that isn't so long, you're gonna get into a lot of trouble with it. Now I'm gonna remove this condition there. Okay, now. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep it there. I'm not gonna put it up there in the bottom. I want it to be processed first. I want it to be the first thing to be done. Again, wouldn't really recommend using it if you have a bot that you are planning to use in a legitimate way. This is going to be a lot. You can use SQL or whatever you want to use. Okay, let's go ahead. Let me get the bot here. Alright, so by now we should have added people to our list. So now, alright, that's good. So I wanted to remember some of the names here. The big app scenes, or whatever his name is. This guy right there. Apple, sorry. I thought it was apps. Apples. So, alright, let's just stop the bot right there. Since this is a trending tweet, I don't really want to hashtag. Alright, so you see, it didn't go through the same names it went through. The same tweets, at least, not the names. We don't really care much about the names. Now, also, you can just create a ban data, and you can, tell it to skip that person right here. Do another or, and just check and check. Now, this is going to be a lot of checking if you use this. Like I said, if you start getting a huge file. So, if you just start getting into a file that is so, that is larger than you actually want it to be, you're gonna get into a lot of trouble. And now let's just check and see how big the file is now. Alright, let's close that. Alright, so here's the file. Uh, as you can see, it isn't that, it isn't that large really, but if we do this right here, where was the, okay. Okay, and I'm gonna pause, just gonna let it do whatever it wants to do, and then I'm gonna show you the file. Alright, so eventually I just got bored and decided to stop it. It has been going on for about, it went on for, I don't know, I guess 4 minutes? I'm not sure. I am not quite sure. So, okay, you can just look at the clock there and, decide for yourself. Alright, so let's see how large the file got. Okay, so you see, it was only a couple of minutes, and here's how it is. Okay, so I know I'm talking about this file a lot, but I just wanted to point it out. I didn't want you to think of it as the ultimate solution. It's just a solution, maybe a temporary solution, or anything you just really want. Now, also, it's just worth mentioning that there are a couple of other functionalities in the library. I'm going to try and link them. You will probably be able to find them at the blog post, and you're going to be able to find the download links for all these files. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do a little error handling. So if we get the code 429, that means that we have too many requests. We have reached the limit we have talked about earlier. So we want to handle this little error. We don't want our bot to just keep going through tweets and getting this request. Hey, it won't crash. It will just keep receiving this irritating error, which is annoying, which is really, really annoying if you just keep receiving it and you come up and see your console there, because I have some errors like 403, which is forbidden. Where was it? Yeah, there it is. So yeah, now say this was a 429. We want to see one thing and one thing only. We want to check if the response contains 429. If it does, we'll just wait for 30 minutes and then we're gonna keep going through our loop. So yeah, some of these tweets were processed, some of them not. So yeah. Alright. You can also notice here that we didn't follow this user, just like we did this user, because at some time there we actually did follow this user. Now, also one thing that I forgot to talk about is adding members. I didn't do it for this tutorial, and I think I just already gave an idea. You can place them into a file and check if they don't exist in that file. You can just add them to the group. Now I've tried using a little command or a little function there called isMember. It didn't really work out for me for some reason. So, you can also do a little checkup. You can do another function that gets all the member lists, which is right here. Where was it? List memberships. So this will basically, I think it will basically just give you it will give you, I think, and it's not this one. There was one. Okay, so yeah, there it is. List members. So yeah, it's gonna return a bunch of list members. Is list member? This is the one that I've tried and never worked out for me. I have no idea why. But you know what? Let's try it and let's see. Maybe it will work out now. Maybe I have done something a little uh, incorrectly, which guessing I did, and I think I already know what it is. Yeah, all right. Okay. So, where is the. Alright, so I'm gonna cut out this little part. And I'm gonna do a whole different thing. And I'm gonna do, hey, uh, check if the API is list member. Did I write that correctly? Yep. Now let's not do the name thing. Let's do the screen name. Now let's do the slug, which is, so we're gonna do slug, and then we're gonna say my list.id. And now we're gonna do an ID. Now I can't remember. Alright. Okay, so tweet user ID. I think it was into this one. Let's just do, and let's. Alright. Now let's go ahead and get also this thing out of the way. If is list member is false. Now do that little thing and then add it to the list. So yeah. Okay. So yeah. That's it. Good. All right. And now. Okay. This is just to give me closure, a little closure on it. So okay. Positional argument follows keyboard argument. I am not quite sure that will work. Yeah, there's no attribute is list member. Alright, let's do a little checkup. So let's go to tweepies. So yeah, let's go to, where was it? I think it was in tweepy there. API. Let's do is. Alright. No, let's see if there is any. Or is it another? Yeah, so I'm guessing there is no list member. It's also worth mentioning that. Yeah, so it's also worth mentioning that that this documentation is a little bit outdated. It's or sorry, it's under work, as is written here on the page. Or, yeah, that work in progress. So this might be just an old thing that they forgot to remove. So yeah. Okay. Now this was also one of the main reasons I've used the little file thing, because what I did is I declared a new file thing named my list mems, which was a. All right, so let's do just list data. Let's just change from the my things. Okay. So if not, yeah, I forgot I'm doing Python. Okay, so We have two there. Okay. So yeah, that's good. That's good. I think we're good there. Yep, we're good there. Okay, so now we're done with the lists. I got sidetracked as usual, so I'm gonna do the error handling thing. So let's I don't know. Let's just keep it doing whatever it wants to do, and we're gonna say if I think it was if and then just a string and then is n or n. Yeah, if the now just gonna do 429 was it? I'm just gonna write it out later on. I'm gonna in e dot reason do whatever you want to do else. So print out the reason no matter what. Because now we just know the error and we know how to handle it, which is just to basically wait for 30 minutes. 1,800 seconds, I guess. Let me just check it. Check out. Oh, yeah, Google does it. Yep, Google does it. So if I go 3 minutes, 2 seconds. Yep, 1,800. Okay, so yeah. Other than that, just keep it for 10 seconds. Okay. Because now if it goes if it waits for 30 minutes, that means that we've finished the if you remember back here, it we got told there, where was it, yeah, the semi hourly, so 30 minutes is a fair time to wait. So if you wait 30 minutes when you sort of just no, I said earlier that it's 50, and I don't think it's 50. I might be wrong. Uh, I'm always wrong, so don't get my word for anything. Okay, so yeah, let's check on the bot while this does what it does. After we do finish our checking on the bot, I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to see how well it works, if it does actually work. So if the bot actually works and it works fine, I'm going to just keep it. So I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna leave it doing whatever it's doing right there until it reaches the limit. Favorite and retweeting, and we're gonna see how well it is doing. So yeah, it's going to be funny that we're just telling them we're sorry to add them. However, we just added them. Yeah, I had to add you. Sorry. Okay. Alright, let me also log into the account there. I'm gonna log in and see if people actually get pissed off. I'm gonna eventually just, have to close the account there, undo the mess I did, uh, which is really bad. All I did was really bad stuff. Alright, so luckily no one really got angry. I mean they're getting retweeted, so that's just fine. Uh, So yeah, let's take a look at our list, which I forgot where it was. Okay, lists. Yep. All right, there we go. So we have 61 members. That's good. Oh, wait a second. I forgot something. Okay. I forgot to do the ad thing. So list data dot. Yeah, it- it- I forget stuff. I'm always forgetting stuff, but you shouldn't forget this. All right. So now remember when we had our English, when we just had our English condition. Now you can see that. I'm not sure if it's actually because I was on the list. Let me just double check. Yep. So at first we had our little English language condition there, but however I've removed it, so now it just doesn't really care what language I'm looking for. It will just get that. It will just go ahead and get that tweet, get the tweet and do a retweet and a favorite to it. Doesn't really care, and it doesn't really matter what the language is. Okay, so yeah, now we can see that it's working pretty fine. We've gotten into lists, we've gotten into everything. Last thing we want to get into is the 429 error thing, which we have still not gotten, and we've still not got it. You can also see how many freaking tweets we have there. Of course, not that many because we basically just started over here. So yeah, we are already at, let's see, 125 tweets and 123 favorites. So there was a couple of errors on favoriting there. Alright, so I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna resume it when the error comes up. Okay, so it's still going and we're really doing a lot of processing here. So yeah, we have a lot of tweets. I just wanted to just take a quick look at this bot here. That I'm not sure if it's bot or a real person. A lot of my friends here are following it. Not really my friends, but my bot's friends. So yeah. Now, basically, this is a account that tweets trending topics, which is perfect, just perfect for a bot ID. Now, you know, from here you can change the things you want. So if we take a look at the little tutorial that we have. So, sorry, not the tutorial. It's actually the API. There's like little examples here. If we go to the code snippets, I think it was. I'm not sure if it's pronounced that way. So yeah, from here you can see a bunch of, or a couple of examples there to get it going. So yeah. So by the way, here's how if you want to use the timeline. So if you want to use the timeline, just basically go into our little code here and just don't use search. That's it. Just don't do search. Just use API user timeline, or maybe your mention line too. A mention timeline. You can also do that. So yeah. Okay. And also also you can divide them by pages if you want to do pages. Now what I wanted to do look at is the trends. So you know, you could use this trends methods to actually make a similar bot to the one we were just watching. If it was a bot, now like I said, I'm no bot expert. I don't know if it's a bot or not, but I'm just guessing because who does have the time to just keep on going over tweets and whatnot. So yeah, let's open up that little page there. Yep, it is. You can see how it's you know, yeah. So, alright, let's see how our bot is doing. How are you doing, little buddy? Wow. Before I paused, I think it was 125, which is wow. And also the difference between the favorites and the tweets went a little bit down. So we can see that, it's not always as stable. Sometimes the error occurs with favoriting, sometimes the retweeting, because, we're not. Also for tweeting stuff, if you want to actually, you can do actually tweet stuff from here. So, if you want to reply to someone or if you want to do anything. Now, basically, tweeting would be a great example for testing your bot. I know I'm doing something wrong here, testing my bot on these people, but honestly, they're getting a bunch of retweets and favorites, and followings, which is good. I will remove this account or try to remove it or try to unfollow whoever I'm following just so that I can, not force these people into having to deal with the bot. All right. So, okay, so let's see if it's still going. Yep, still going at it. Okay, so I'm just gonna pause here and wait because this might take some time. I thought it was up around, you won't get a lot. Like I didn't really think it would get around even. I don't know. Let's just make a guess. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe we'll have the limit at maybe 500 tweets, maybe. Oh, where are we at right now? We're at 290. Alright, I'm just gonna wait to 300. When it reaches out to 300, and we're not, you know. Alright. Now this is going to take a long time, so I'm just gonna. Yeah, this is this is going to take some time. Alright, so okay. I will pause now. On pause when it's 429. Alright, so after after a while, it just kept giving me the 403 error. So what I did is I just restarted the shell and restarted the execution and just did it again. However, that really didn't do much. So I went back in and I read the description, which some of you guys might have read and noticed it while I was just talking. I thought that by limit, the the 429 limit thing. I thought that that was just basically um, the the thing for the limits, the limits that we've talked about earlier here. However, after reading the 403 description of, I came to realize that they were talking also about the limits here. So, unfortunately for 403, um, there are multiple reasons. So, another reason could just be the fact that, it's just happening. So yeah, there was a little problem here. So yeah, that's basically it. Just happened before to me. So that's when you reach the limit. It sometimes just gets you an error. So here's what we can do. Now, what I've noticed as a pattern here, I sometimes get the 403. Let's go for example here. See, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, just like 4 times, and then right there, I got a legitimate thing going. and then I kept getting some errors, and then something legit, and then two and legit. So the thing is, keep a counter, keep something that counts it out. Now we're gonna just keep going in a condition inside of a condition. This is just something that I will write very quick. Uh, hey, you can try and make it something better. You can use this idea, this basic principle, and just make something out of it. So here's what we're going to do. We're gonna do a count 403, and then it's going to be equal to 0. Now in here, we're going to say if this count 403 is larger than, say, 15. Then do this sleep, do this timeout thing. Uh, if not, just add up to it. I've never really tried, so I'm not quite sure if it will work. I'm just gonna try it, and if it doesn't work, I will just fix it. I mean, this operator there, I'm not sure if it's a Python thing or not. I haven't used Python a lot. So, yeah, then just say that another 403 error total, and then just print out the count of 403. So yeah. Alright, this looks fine. Let's run it and see how it works. Okay, something is wrong there. Okay, so I opened. Oh, I forgot the. Okay, sorry. Alright, let's go. Okay, so right there, and just wait 1 second. Hmm. Oh, 403. And of course, after you do that, and after you print it out, just wait, and don't go too quick, because the 429 happens when you're just going very quick and you're just going through all your tweets just very quick, that you are giving too many requests to the server. So let's run this code. Bring it up here. Okay. So yeah, now we're getting a 403. We've got a second 403. Okay, this is going to take some time, so I'm just gonna keep it up to a second, just for the for the sake of this tutorial. Okay, so yeah, and just so that I'm sort of gonna do print. Pausing for 30 minutes. Okay. All right, so that's good. We have gotten unblocked or whatever. So now this is also another question, whether if you want to, let's just break it there. So yeah, this is another exception. So if we actually want to stop the counter, so now what will happen if we get an exception is, say we got an exception here, it won't do any of these things. It will just go here. Now, if you do else and you just do the count and else, I honestly don't want to do that. If I get an error, I don't want to reset count. I want to reset it when I get a successful operation. Everything goes just fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna reset count 403 and let's try it out. By the way, let's try. Let me just try another. Let me just try another sort of just hashtag or whatever. So because there might be the possibility that we are just getting this error because there aren't. So yeah. So yeah, let's try this hashtag. And let's stop adding people to the list. That's just spamming. We don't want to spam people. So yeah, let's comment this thing right there. All right. So let's just change our query there. All right. Run out the code. So yeah, go back there. So yeah, now we're getting the counter. So we're counting that. Now while it does that, let me just, oh sorry, it's almost there. Let's just wait for it. Okay, so now it's just gonna wait for 30 minutes. Of course, I'm not gonna do a 30 minutes wait. I think I already have a footage for a very, very, very long time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this. I am going to write out a code here, and basically what this is going to be is, and I'm gonna comment out this little section there. So just so that, because I don't want that run. So I thought about this while I paused the video, and I thought, since I'm going to what did I? So yeah, since I'm going to unfollow all the users I've followed, I might as well do it while I'm recording. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, let's create the loop. Let's go for follower, and now we want to use the cruiser or whatever it is. Cursor, I don't know. So ABI followers. Sorry, I should have closed the brackets here. Alright, now we're gonna do a try, and then we're gonna do an exception. So so that we can just get a printout of the exception, and we're going to do a sleep. Now I think, and I'm not quite sure, that it doesn't really matter that we're getting the limit, because what this is just basically a different thing. Now we're dealing with following and followers and whatnot, so doesn't really make much of a difference. So yeah. All right. And then the stop. Okay, so now we're good. Let's go back here. Let's do follower, and then let's unfollow whoever this person is. Unfollow. I think it was unfollow. Yeah, let's do test it out. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait. I just want to print out. Yeah. So follower should just be a user type. So yeah. So yeah, that should work fine. Valid scientist. Nah, why do I keep forgetting this thing? Alright. So what? Oh. Oh. I did. Should have done following. Has no attribute following? Hmm. Alright, that's another time we'll need the API. So let's go to, let's see, friendship. Followers. Alright, let's look back into it. Okay. So let's do look forward and into the if. So let's say I'm not sure though if it's. I think it's friends maybe. Let me just see. So yeah, let's try friends. I'm not sure what friends is exactly or what's supposed to be because I don't remember. I don't really remember Twitter having anything to do with, you know, create a new friendship so we can okay follow. Oh, so yeah, basically that's supposed to be the following. Okay. Yes. Oh, it unfollowed me. Why? Okay, so we're unfollowing people. No. 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 Okay. Wow. How many did we have? So that poor guy thanked me for following him. Poor guy. I'm sorry. I'm gonna follow you back, buddy. I'm not gonna leave you. Alright, so our following is really, really going down. So, okay. So, yeah. You can already see that we are unfollowing quite a number of people. I think we're getting a bunch of errors, maybe because, yeah. What's a 401? Let's see. What's a 401? What's a 401? Unauthorized. Missing incorrect answer returned. Another something, for example, all calls. Maybe, and I'm just making a guess. We'll, no, it's more than two, so. Yeah, I guess we've already passed the limit. Maybe, rescinded just too many requests. Credentials were missing or incorrect. Also returned another synchronous. For example, all calls and bills were not. I am pretty sure that the authentication was just fine. At least last I remember it being fine. Okay, so there might be a little problem with the. Hey, maybe we just got reported for spam or something. So let's see the uh, dev no Twitter dev. Yeah, let's go there. Okay, where was it here? Manager apps. Okay, so yep, yep, seems like the right thing. Maybe it got revoked or something. Oh yeah. I can't see my access token anymore, so I'm guessing it got revoked. Okay, I'm sorry, Twitter. I'm just gonna have to redo this again. Sorry, really sorry. I really feel bad now. Okay, so that's a lesson for you guys out there. Do not spam Twitter. Your access token is gonna get revoked. I still can't. Oh, so I unfollowed just one person and then I got the wow. Did it get removed again? Yep. Yep, it gets removed again. Alright, so it won't work. Alright, so I guess Twitter just decided to end our little adventure here. So I hope you guys learned. I'm not really gonna go through it again. You just got the idea and the whole thing. So I hope you guys learned a lot with this, and I'm gonna follow my little friend here. I hope you learned from this tutorial. If you have any questions, leave them down there in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to answer you guys. And again, I hope that you guys have actually learned a couple of things from this tutorial. Thank you for spending the time here. Yeah, yep, thank you. And honestly, I'm gonna try and make my tutorials better. I know I'm a little bit distracted, but this is my first tutorial. I don't know much, uh, you know, about making tutorials. So hopefully this has taught you something, and hopefully next time I make a tutorial, it will improve at least a little bit more, step by step. Thank you, and have a good day.